What's cracking, guys? Omar Isov here, back with another video. Get used to this setup because we're quarantined up in here. It's been 2 weeks. I've found myself delirious at all times. Get me out of here! Just wondering what is up, and I'm here today to tell you right now the worst thing you can do for your gains, for your progress, for everything related to fitness, and also beyond. We're gonna get into a little bit of the psychology of things, and that is simply doing those body weight workouts. They don't work. I don't know why you're doing it. I'm kidding. That's been a reactionary position I've seen online by some people. I want to talk about all of it. You see, here's what's going down. I've been reading comments in the comment section of the YouTube videos, how people, rightfully so, lifting is not just about trying to get bigger, trying to get stronger, mind blown, and also losing weight, right? There's also the mental health component. For a lot of people, they find it helps with their dedication, their discipline. Some people were leaving comments how they have depression and really helps with that, helps them focus on themselves or take care of themselves, the practice of self-care. And now that is removed. There's a large component for many people where the catharsis they seek in daily life is done via the gym, right? It's kind of the muscle church for them, where they get a little swole on and they feel better. They get the endorphins flowing through their veins. And now that's been removed. And that is okay. What I want everyone to be wary of would be adopting a nihilist approach where, oh man, I can't go to the gym, therefore I'm gonna lose all my gains, therefore it doesn't really matter what I'm gonna eat, let's just eat all of it, let's get fat right now.
You won't get no dessert till you clean off your plate, so eat it.
That is not the right choice. This is actually the perfect time to try and impose a little bit more self-control. The idea of discipline, asceticism. So not aesthetics, asceticism. The denial of certain things. So right now, you have a lot more time on your hands, right? You probably went from maybe working a job or going to school where your day is occupied. You're told essentially what to do for a long part of that day, a large component of the day. And now you have all this free time and you can't do the thing that kind of gives you that stress relief. So what do? You get bored, you start eating food, you make compromises with yourself. You slowly start telling yourself, oh, well, you know, it's only a few weeks or maybe it'll be a few months. I'm gonna lose muscle anyways. Food is comfort for me, might as well eat it.
Just eat it!
One of the worst things you can do, and I've seen posts about this, I appreciate the transparency of people now overeating. I think the best thing you can do, regardless of what your goal is, if you want to retain the most amount of muscle mass and therefore be in the best possible position after this is removed, the quarantine, and everyone's allowed to go outside and go to the gym in a few weeks or a few months, however long it might be, would be you want to eat at maintenance, right? So you don't want to be in a surplus, you don't want to be in a deficit. You want to be in a maintenance caloric intake, or maybe in a small surplus. But I'm not talking about blowing shit up. If you were cutting previous to this, you need to go back to maintenance, right? Unless you are severely overweight, and for yourself, there are health reasons to lose weight right now in this point in time. If you want to retain all the muscle mass you've built, you want to go to maintenance calories. So that means probably for most people, anywhere between 2,400 to 3,000 calories. You probably want to be aiming for that 0.7 grams per pound of body weight when it comes to protein. And then the rest is your discretion, what you want to distribute between fat and carbs. Probably have your fat intake a little bit higher because once again you're more sedentary. Cool. Okay, but it's easy to recommend those things. It's much harder to implement them, and that is where creating, I think, a little bit of structure amidst the chaos where your world's been turned upside down is very important. So coming up with a routine, finding things to occupy yourself with.
What do we got to work with here?
There's a reason why I recommended, once again, start reading some books, right? I'm not talking about self-help books, but books when it comes to self-betterment. I spoke about the concept of stoicism, I spoke about Seneca, I spoke about Marcus Aurelius. The idea of being robust in times of adversity, that's just a small amount of adversity that will make you inevitably stronger if you let it, if you focus on the things you need to do. So it's a slippery slope for most people, and that's what I truly am saying. The worst mistake you can make right now is simply giving up, or slowly giving up, imperceptibly, step by step, making those tiny compromises with yourself. Oh, you know what? I guess it really doesn't matter, right? I'm not going to be in the gym anyways. Once again, I might as well eat a little bit more food, right? I might have a pizza, I might this, I might that. And then slowly you go from that structured routine into disorder, and then it's hard to bounce back from that. And many people, when they first start lifting, they start from that position, once again, of disorder, of no, let's say, personal control. And so you want to try and retain that or increase it over time. So you could do things, I mean, it depends upon the quarantine or the isolation or what your country is saying, but if you go for walks, go for walks. And I do think I've seen that reactionary position that's not helpful, where some people are saying, oh, those body weight workout routines, like really, they're gonna help you retain your muscle mass. Hey, I actually think this. I think it is certainly better than nothing. I think there are large components of lifting that are very relevant for the average person, far outside of getting stronger, getting bigger, or losing fat. Once again, we talked about the idea of depression, catharsis, mental health, endorphins, that structured routine, self-care, a lot of things, many things that go into lifting that extend far beyond just aesthetically how we look. But even so, I'm going to link in the description. Eric Helms posted a workout where he was outside. He only posted the workout outside because he wanted to get out of the house, get a little sunshine, some of that vitamin D. But he could do the same thing at home. And he showed a very interesting way, because he's a MacGyver, figuring out how to train effectively with limited equipment. I'm talking just a few bands, if that, maybe some chairs at home, some dips. For most people, unless your name is Ray Williams, and that's why I don't adhere at all to this reactionary position where it's like, oh, you think that's going to retain your muscle mass? Better than doing nothing. And I think in these trying times, it's all about trying to figure out, min-max your situation. Make the most out of it. Is it as good as having full access to $100,000 facility, power racks, deadlift bars, platforms, anything that you want at your disposal? No. But is it better than nothing? Absolutely. So we usually work in some sort of spectrum here, where this is doing nothing, getting fat, and feeling sorry for yourself. And this is you on your shit, training 4, 5, 6 times per week, eating what you need to, doing exactly what you need to. And we're in a position right now where we could float anywhere from this bottom place all the way to up here, only if we make the correct choice. So I think it's all about making those micro choices. I think it's about creating a little bit of structure. I think it's about delving deep into ourselves. And if we let it, once again, we can emerge stronger. So a few things. The worst thing you can do, once again, is just give up. Right? It's way too early for that. I would eat at maintenance. The second thing, once again, for your mental health, do some of those body weight routines. I'll link Eric's in the description, which I actually think for a lot of people, they really push themselves, can not only retain muscle mass, but as he stated in the comments or in his description of that post, the caption, he said that he actually feels he can make gains on this. He can actually build a little bit of muscle. Granted, once again, if you're an IPF competitor and you have an 800-pound squat or a 1,000-pound squat, if you're Ray Williams, you're going to experience a little bit of strength loss over this phase. But again, these are transient, temporary things. We think long-term, big picture. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take this time to improve yourself. Take this time to help someone out. If you enjoyed this video, you made it all the way to the end of the video.
Like the damn video.
Like the damn video. You said it, exactly. And I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next one. Peace.
Eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your fucking vegetables.